Good morning, top of the morning, USA. You hear it. Freebird is playing on cue. USA did it. 46 fucking years in the wait. 46 years, ladies and gentlemen. 46. Gotta wait for this cue. Man, ladies and gentlemen, I just have no words for what I just witnessed today. I really thought I was not going to wake up at 7 to watch this shit, but I did. I actually did. My body somehow got up for this game because I guess my spirit realized how big of a game this is for everybody as far as the United States and Canadians. Back on top, man. Miracle on Ice 2.0. The only difference is we have NHLers, not college players, winning the gold. And I don't think you can put college players in an Olympic game nowadays for them to win the gold. No. The times have changed. We can't do what they did in the 80s. And to all the Canadians. Oh, hey, guys, it's just been hilarious to watch because you know what? They just been having nothing but copiums, like that's all they're gonna need today. Any Canadian that's complaining, hating, saying, "Oh, it was only a hellebuck game," here's your copium, here's your tissues. Keep nagging all day long. We don't give a damn. You guys kicked our ass for 46 years. We ain't trying to hear it. We haven't won a gold in any of the 2000s. We don't care. We don't want to hear it. Keep your nostalgic receipts. Go ahead and reflect on how many times you've won the gold. If that's what makes you happy, go for it. But guess what? You didn't get the gold today. That's what matters the most. Does not matter what they did back then. What the fuck Crosby did in 2012. We're in the now. I wish I can live off the past and reflect on the Rangers winning the cup in '94. But I know I can't. I'll look stupid always reminiscing that Stanley Cup victory instead of realizing we're not in 1994, we're in 2026. So yeah, Twitter has just been absolutely hilarious. Like of course, all the Canadian accounts are over here complaining, talking about, oh, this was all America got, so let them have it. Well, what the hell did we do? I get it. You guys complain about the politics and all that, but we're not talking about politics. This is why you don't fucking put politics with sports. You sound stupid when you do. You sound stupid when you try to add politics to a sport. You really do. I hate to be that guy, but you look stupid when you do that. Just accept it. You lost. Move on. Because if Americans had lost, they would have just been saying, well, gotta wait another 50 years. That was it. They're not gonna sit here and say, oh, the refs, this, that, oh. Like Team USA didn't have to deal with bullshit of their own. We're just the better team, simple. Now what are you gonna do? Complain about how you had Connor fucking McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Macklin Celebrini, Mitch Marner. You had the best of the fucking best to offer, Canada. Why are you trying to say you didn't have enough? So now you're trying to say Jordan Bennington didn't carry you to the fucking gold? That's what we're going to hear now? We're going to sit here and say Jordan Bennington didn't fucking help you guys? Cope. Just cope. And I'm sorry to be that asshole. I really am. But I have to be this asshole because the amount of shit I saw, all the talking, all the crap they were doing, then you're over here doing gifs of a Canadian hockey player hitting the puck and then the plane goes into the Twin Towers. No, fuck you. You deserve to cope. That gif alone gives me all the reasons to laugh at you guys and say cope harder. Because every time you fuckers want to do that Twin Tower meme shit, you guys say, oh, we're sensitive. Blah, blah, blah. Nope. Now it's our turn. Now it's our turn. That's what the fuck you guys get. That's what you get. You was making fun of the United States. You was making fun of all the tragic events that happened. Now you want to cry and complain because you couldn't come home with the gold? Get the fuck out of here. Nope. Cope. You guys clowned this country. You were clowning Trump. You were clowning everything about the United States. And everybody else in the world too. Cope. 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 We don't care if you hate this country. We don't care. That's why you guys get mad at the United States, because everybody complains about what the fuck happens here, and yet we don't care. We don't care. Like, that's why everybody else in the world gets mad at this country, because when they talk shit about the United States, nobody gives a damn as an American. Guess what we're doing with our lives? We're keeping it the fuck stepping and moving on with our day. What the fuck? You think we're really on our phone like, oh, I gotta see what Poland said about America, or Denmark, or Germany. Like, no, we don't give a fuck. We just watched the hockey game. They won the gold. And guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna keep it stepping and enjoy the rest of our day. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what sports is all about. That's why you don't mix politics with fucking sports, because you look dumb. I'm going to say it numerous times. You look dumb. And now, I get to go later on, try to probably get some shit. So I get to celebrate. I get to celebrate. And guess what? I'm not going to involve politics with it. I'm not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to appreciate that I live here in this country and how much freedom we fucking have here. Because people can sit there and say, oh, this country ain't free. Last time I checked, you have free will to speak whatever the fuck you want. You can speak on a lot of things. If that's not for real, I don't know what the fuck is. I don't know what is. I don't. So, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, no. I appreciate this country. I love America. I don't care if I'm people say, oh, you're Dominican. You're supposed to represent Dominican Republic. Look, America comes first. DR comes second. Plain and simple. Like, that's how it works. If I was born in DR soil, then yeah, okay, DR fucking can be first. But I was born in New York. American soil. I'm going to represent where I was at first before I represent my heritage. That's the way of the world. If I was in Canada, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to be a Canadian Dominican. Canada first, DR second. Like I'm Vladimir Guerrero, some bullshit. So, it is what it is. But let's talk about the game, because it was very epic. Lots of shit happening. Tons of penalties drawn, but nobody couldn't execute on the power play. A lot of high sticking, things of that nature. But Canada did not stop. In the first period, Matt Boldy did score the goal for the United States, and that did give the Canadians a scare in the first. Matthews, ironically, who plays for the Leafs, had the assist, and Quinn Hughes as well. But then Cale Makar in the second period brought them right back to life, and ironically, Devon Taves had the assist. So it was two ad players to keep Canada alive in the game. Now, I'm not going to lie. This was a very, very good game to watch. Very good. It just wasn't easy on both teams. Not one bit. You guys see. They didn't make it easy at all for neither side to gain as many goals. Now, you would have normally seen America, Canada scoring 4 or 5 goals, but As I said in my last recap, these two teams were not going to make it easy for each other, and they didn't. But in overtime, as you know, Jack Hughes did hit the game winner in just typical American global fashion. Hits that game winner. Zach Orensky, and ironically, Connor fucking Hellebuck had the assist on that play too. So you man, it's just a great feeling, guys. I'm trying to be statistically professional about the game, but it's like it feels like a weight has been lifted off our shoulders. And by all means, you guys have any American has every right to celebrate today because we achieved a huge goal. We achieved something that wasn't done in a long time. And I was around for all the other Olympic Games where I just had to witness heartbreaks for this country. No more of that. No more. Now we'll have to wait probably, I believe the Winter Olympics is like every 8 years or I don't even know. It takes a while for the Olympics to come back around as far as the winter ones. Because I know the other Olympics, it comes like every 4 fucking years, something like that. So that Olympics is going to be right around the corner. Now, as far as the closing ceremony, listen, I don't give a damn about that. I don't. Okay? I only focused on this game, and that was it. So everybody else, cool. You can go watch that shit, but I'm not gonna watch the closing ceremony. There's so much other shit I can watch later. Like, and I get it. That's why they had to start the game so early. The blah blah blah. But at the same time, who's all gonna really sit there and watch that shit? The only people that watch those ceremonies are like old people and corny people and all that shit. That's it. Other than that, the hockey's already done. What more am I gonna watch? And watch bobsledding and all that? No. I already saw the Olympics. I'm good. The rest of the Olympics can go from there, and I don't even care what happens from there. Like I said, guys, I only watched the Winter Olympics for winter hockey. That's it. That's it. Men's hockey, nothing else. So, congratulations to the United States. The women's and the men's hockey have won the gold. We gave Canada a double whammy. And like I said, they can sit there and complain all day. Tell your forwards to score more goals. Bottom line, if you really want to complain all day and come up with every excuse in the book as to how America won, well, cope and tell your best players to start scoring more goals. Plain and simple. Like, because I already been hearing it since the game ended. But you know they're gonna talk about it all fucking week. They're gonna be excusable, complaining fans all week, and not realize that they just watched one of the greatest hockey games in a long fucking time. That's what we're gonna be seeing all week. Ungrateful fans that are complaining, rather than being like, well, they put up a hell of a fight. At least they're leaving with the silver. Because they act like they're not going to leave with anything. So it is what it is. But hey, as you guys know, we're right back to miserable Rangers hockey this fucking Saturday. And I'm not going to lie. I was loving every bit of these Olympics. These Olympics were so therapeutic for my fucking brain because I knew I didn't have to deal with the New York Rangers for almost 2 weeks, for like practically 2 weeks. But now we're right back to reality on Saturday. And of course, with the New York Rangers, yesterday, Jonathan Quick gets fucking injured in practice. So now we don't even know when the fuck he's going to be back. And there's no telling when Igor Shesterkin's going to come back because they're saying he's been like in practice, so that's good. But they haven't given us a timeable return. And of course, you got Gavrikov wanting out because he doesn't like the direction it's going, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit, Gavrikov. Who the fuck wants to put up with this team knowing that there's no direction? Zero. And JT Miller and Vincent Trocheck showed you guys. Because they did really good in the Olympics. You know what they showed you? They showed you that it might just be a New York Rangers problem and not a JT Miller and Vincent Trocheck problem. And how about Matt fucking Rempe having to get another procedure done with his thumb? And this is the problem with the Rangers. These motherfuckers always like to play people that are banged up, and then they wonder why things don't work out because they don't know how to shut down players and let the next player take over. Plain and simple. And of course, you have Lafreniere with his press conference too. You know what? Lafreniere should have just been mad at himself. You should have looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I deserve to be in that Canadian team for the Olympics. Why am I here? Why am I in the New York Rangers locker room? I should have been. Everybody else that went number 1 overall was playing for Canada, except for who else? Alexis Lafreniere. So if anything, Lafreniere can sit there and complain about what's going on with the front office and team all he wants. But at the end of the day, it's your job to improve. Your job. Like, they just pay you. You're supposed to be working on your craft every offseason to get yourself consistently better. But you don't. You play softball and sell salads, and then you be confused as to why, like, you can't be the player everyone expects you to be. Well, like I said, if he wants to represent Canada for the next Olympics, he better use this as a motivation to start being a better player. Because there's going to be that's such a shitty feeling that all you did was play for the World Juniors for Canada, and because you were so bad at because you didn't produce like you were expected to in the NHL, now you couldn't represent your country. If I'm Lafreniere, I'm pissed. And I'm gonna be on my prove it year every season. I would be pissed. You're the number 1 overall pick for the Rangers, and you couldn't even represent Canada. But yet JT Miller and fucking Vinny Trocheck got to represent their country. But for some odd reason, Lafreniere wants to complain about the issues, but yet he couldn't. You weren't good enough to fucking represent Canada. If anything, that should just slap yourself in the face. That should be a slap in the face for yourself. That, man, I suck so bad I didn't even get to represent Canada. So, Lafreniere, prove it. Prove it. If you want to represent Canada for the next Winter Olympics, prove it. Because if you think how you produce for the Rangers every season with this season, you think you're going to represent Canada like that? No. You're going to keep being that fan, the guy that spectates and watch. And you're going to be like, that was supposed to be me. That's supposed to be me in the ring. So, like I said, be a wake-up call for Alexis Lafreniere. And of course, the Finns, they did finish off on yesterday with the bronze medal as well. And we'll talk about it because they absolutely dominated the Slovakians. They had 5 goals. Aho pretty much started it off yesterday. Erik Haula, he had scored another goal for the Finns yesterday as well. And then Thomas Tatar, he scored for the Slovakians. Roope Hintz on the power play in the 3rd period. And then, of course, Kaapo fucking Kakko hits an unassisted goal in the 3rd as well. Then you had Joel Armia, empty netter, which I for my life, I do not understand why the Slovakians were trying to put an extra attack and you're already down 3 goals. Like, what was the point of that? That was so pointless to do. But, yeah, guys, we did it. They pulled it off. I don't know what more I can say or talk about because we already talked about everything that's been happening with these Olympics. And now the task is complete. The Americans got their job done. And now we're officially gold medal champions for this year. And the women's as well. And to me, that's probably one of the best things I've seen all year. Watching the women's and the men's USA hockey team beat the same team, Canada. Twice. Not once, twice. So, yeah, I get it, Canada. I get it. You guys are not happy with any of the results because you couldn't even watch neither team get the gold. I get it. But like I said, let us have this. Let us have this. Let the United States have this shit. Like, anyone who watched this game and still wants to complain about this country, stop being a hockey fan. Just stop. Just stop. Stop being a hockey fan if you're going to keep adding politics into hockey. Because I'm always going to tell everyone that complains about the United States, if you don't like it, get the fuck on. Deport yourself. If you don't like the United States, go. What is stopping you from leaving? I don't know. But if you don't like it, go. Plain and simple. Like I told y'all, I am sick of people trying to get involved with sports and they want to throw the country in politics. Shut the fuck up. If you don't like what this country does, stop watching sports. Stop involving that shit in it. Leave it alone. Find a way to get the hell out of here if you don't like where it's going. I always tell everyone that wants to be like, this country, leave. Leave. It's not that hard. I always tell everyone, if you don't like it, just leave. That's all you got to do. Although other than that, I'm gonna still root for any United States sports team as far as basketball, hockey, and things of that nature. World Baseball Classic is coming up. Yes, I'm supposed to root for Dominican Republic. They are going to be the team I root for first, but the United States are going to be second. Shit. Half of the Yankee players are in the United States baseball team. So, of course. But yes, I am going to root for Dominican Republic for the World Baseball Classic. It'd be criminal not to. But at the same time, if you ask me which team is going to have my soft spot, USA. USA. Because I want to see Aaron Judge do his thing. And look, Dominican Republic, I would love to see them win the World Baseball Classic too. It's been a while since they did that. But I also understand we're in a different era of baseball. Dominicans, they're good, but they're not dominating the sport anymore. Now it's the Japanese. They've been taking over baseball, if you ask me. The Japanese took over. I mean, look at Shohei Ohtani. Look at Ohtani. Look what he's been doing. And now there's going to be next upcoming generations of Japanese players that are just going to be just as good as Ohtani. Not to say that they're not going to be other Dominicans coming in the Major League Baseball. No. I'm just saying right now the Japanese got the attention. That's all it is. But as always, y'all, I really appreciate y'all for watching and tuning in. You guys already know I will keep y'all updated for Saturday's returning game for the New York fucking Rangers. If anything happens this week, we're going to talk about it, things of that nature, because there's no telling what direction the New York Rangers are going to even go now that the Olympics is over. We already know they're not going to make the playoffs, but it is going to be interesting to see how Chris Drury is going to go about this whole retool. And we still don't even know who's getting traded just yet. And Artemi Panarin will be returning in the Garden at some point. I think it's either March, in the middle of March or something like that. He will be playing with the Kings at the Garden. So be on the lookout for that, because you will see Artemi Panarin rocking number 72 in the Kings jersey at some point in the Garden this season. So as always, y'all, thank y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for hitting that like and subscribe. USA on top. Once again, USA wins the gold. I'm just going to chant it one time. USA, USA, USA. So thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a wonderful week. And I'll keep you guys updated if anything else happens with this miserable hockey team. But as always, USA for the gold.